Alrighty, hello friends. I hope you guys are having a super profitable day. Maybe if it's not profitable, maybe it's good in other ways. Anyways, nothing but happy thoughts to you guys. We're taking a look at GRT The Graph after the market has this very bearish sentiment all around, right? What is Graph going to do? Is it going to reach our target that we set of 282 back here? Well, we did break this pennant to the downside, and we are now forming what looks like could be a bear flag. Big scary. Big scary. But what does it all mean? Let's take a closer look. So it does look like we found support down here at 127, which I would actually use as a solid line of support as... Oh, let's go right here. We had it as resistance here. We found it as support here, and then we found again double bottom support here, 127, 128 range, right? So is that a good level of support? I would have to say yes. Move it down just a tad. All right, so the 127 is a solid level of support. I do believe if we fall, we may test the 127 again, but I do believe we can bounce from there, and here's why. We already, like much in the market, and if you've been watching the videos today, then you know we are coiling here or consolidating at the bottom of the field on the stochastic, which says we have potential for a bounce. Now, it doesn't say we have probability in our favor for a bounce. It just says we have potential, and that's why we need a confluence of indicators to enter or exit any position. So let's go ahead and take a look at the RSI here, and we're actually going to go down to the 4-hour chart to see if we can take anything further here. Right, so we have this very obvious bear flag here that actually looks like it was starting to break right here into a bull flag on the 4-hour, right? So we have two 4-hour candles that really pump us above this bear flag danger zone, which would be this right here. Okay, so we pumped above that, which is good. Now we do need to break above this pennant, right? You can see we've touched the top of it, a tongue twister, a multitude of times here, right? And apparently, words that start with T is just what I'm all about. Now, on the 4-hour, one thing we do need to watch for is our stochastic is very high in the playing field, right? Now, this says we have potential to go down. Well, that's opposite from the day, yes, but that downward potential could just bounce us in and around this pennant. We could have a stochastic that falls all the way to the bottom and lays down here, but in price action terms, that's just following the bottom of the pennant. So that is why stochastic is not extremely important, right? So we're going to take that back. Now, the MACD is kind of consolidating above. We have the 12 that pushed above the 26-day EMA just briefly, and we're starting to get a little bit of green volume, but we see at the end here, that lighter green candle, our volume is starting to dissipate, which, again, says we have downside potential. Now, let's take a look at the index itself. And there is no bullish divergence. Really, the only thing I see is this confirmation of this downtrend here, and that's actually way down, right? So we have confirmation of the downtrend. We have no bullish signals coming in right now for GRT, about none. No bullish signals. The only bullish signal we see on the daily is this stochastic, which has potential to pump. So what I'm looking at currently, and you guys can screenshot this pennant right here is what you want to look for. Now, if we're going to do one of two things. We're either going to bounce around in here, break to the upside, retest, and head up to that 282, or we're going to bounce around in here, break to the downside, retest the bottom of the pennant, and break down again to this 127. Now, if you're subscribed, you'll know we've been watching GRT constantly, and if you do subscribe right now, we will be putting out more GRT videos as this price action develops. But right now, my target of 282 is still intact. I bought all the way up, starting at 44 cents, and I think the last purchase I made was like $1.30. So my average right now is sitting right around 80 to 90 cents, and I'm just holding on. Now, I didn't go hard in GRT. I only grabbed a small position with about 2%, 2 to 5% of my portfolio. So holding a very small position, especially in comparison to what I'm sure some of you guys are holding. So what I would watch for right now is I would probably be stopped out at the $1.68 on confirmation of a short side. I'd be stopped out at 168. I'd be rebuying around 127, and I'd be maintaining that 40% or that 40 cents right there, right? I'd be gaining 40 cents, getting out at 168, back in at 128. Now inversely to the long side, if we broke up above this pennant and we got confirmation to the upside, I'd be a buyer again right around $2.20 for the 60 cent upside or ride up to 282. I wholeheartedly believe that 127 and 282 are the markets, or the marks rather, for both the short and long side. So if we break this pennant, I believe 282 is inbound. If we break it to the short side, I believe 127 is inbound. Now, we will continue to evaluate GRT as the days, hours progress, and on our live show as well. We try to go live every night of the week for at least an hour to answer your guys' trading, charting, and technical analysis questions, as I don't believe in ever selling anyone a course. I believe anything that you want to know, you should be able to acquire that knowledge for free. So everything I've learned about charting over the last, about 6 years now, I've learned for free from mentors, YouTube, groups on Facebook, and in-person mentors as well. So I'd like to provide that to you guys. So hit that thumbs up button, like the video, hit the subscribe button if you haven't, and if you would like a chart analyzed, leave it in the comments down below, and I will try and get to that as soon as possible. Just remember the list right now, we have about a little over 30 symbols on our list right now to get to, and we still have to get the daily ones done as well. So we're trying to get to everyone. Much love to all of you, and I will see you on the next video.